Hello, everyone. Hi, entrepreneurs in the Limitless Spiritual Entrepreneurs group. How are you doing? How are you doing, my friends? It is Friday evening, and it is a big holiday weekend in the US. Um, I am a lot of you maybe in the middle of your weekend plans. A lot of you may be thinking about switching off work and hopping onto the next place. If you are live, I just want to say hi to you. Drop a hello in the comment. Let me know if you're here so I can acknowledge you and I can answer your questions. I thought it would be really fun to talk about a topic that is so sometimes can feel overwhelming to each one of us, especially on the journey of entrepreneurship. One of the biggest thing that comes up, well, how do I enroll new clients? How do I increase my income? How do I really get this business going? And if you have felt overwhelmed by these thoughts, I want to be the first one to tell you it's perfectly normal. This is such a normal part of the entrepreneurship process. And the uncertainty we work through is quite unreal. And at the same time, remember one of the reasons why you are entrepreneur is so that you can go beyond any limits, you can go beyond any uncertainty, and you can take charge and you can step in as a leader. So, this conversation I am about to have with you is all about helping you, supporting you to step into a place of empowerment, to see sales as not this scary giant beast monster thing that we totally need to avoid at all costs, but something that you can warm up to, but a process that you can see fitting as an integral part of your business and your business growth plans. Let's just take a pause right here. If you're here live, joining me here, please say hi. Let me know you're here so I can feel you. I can feel your energy. I can take your questions live because I think it's going to be such a juicy conversation. And I am going to do my best to really, in full integrity, break this process down for you so that you are not left wondering why, if things are not working, why things are not working. And if you want things to work, how can you make things to work? What steps can you take to really go for it, to really unleash this? I also feel like this conversation is happening at such a powerful time. You all know we are in the eclipse portal right now. We had a lunar eclipse we had a lunar eclipse this week, actually. And we are now stepping into a solar eclipse in the northern hemisphere, in the US, Canada, all that area. We are also stepping into spring. So there's a whole new level of renewal happening. And not only that, I'm doing this live on a Good Friday, and we are stepping into Easter weekend, which is all about renewal, which is all about really finding new inspiration, creating new birth. And I'm just so stoked and excited to be having this conversation with you now. It really feels like divine timing. So again, if you're here live with me, do say hi. Let me know you're here. And that being said, I'm going to also pull up this on my phone so I can see your comments. There you go. Manuela, I see you. Hi. Thank you for being here and dropping that beautiful energy emoji. Awesome. So tell me, hi, tell me if you have ever um, had this feeling or had this thought that I wish there was a way magically clients would just show up at my doorstep and I don't have to worry about finding clients. I don't have to worry about marketing. I don't have to worry about some of the other business things. And I can just sit in my client session. I can facilitate. I can do what I'm good at. Let me know if that has ever crossed your mind, because it definitely crossed my mind. When I started this journey, I stepped into a lot of naiveness. I thought, just me opening a business means clients would come running to me and say, Shakti, I want to work with you. I want to work with you. But you know that the reality can be different at times. Reality can be very different because our clients may not always know exactly in which way you can help them and how you can help them. And when they can come to you and have these conversations. So over the last 6 years of running a business, I have learned one thing, that number one, it's really important to have a sales process. And when I say sales, I also mean marketing process. Marketing gets intertwined with sales, and I'm speaking to both. And I have learned that if we don't have a marketing and sales process clearly defined for our businesses, it can really limit our business growth. And it is nobody's fault if the clients are not coming to us. It's not the algorithm. It's not anything else outside of us. It's just us being clear as entrepreneurs, as business owners, us being clear on what that journey is like, that somebody can take with us to the point where they come into the doors in your world. And when they are in your world, what journey can they take to decide that I want to work with this person, right? And if we don't have that process clearly defined, then our clients don't know how to approach them, and we can guide them in the process of really feeling into our work. That's very important. And another thing I learned over the years is actually a good sales process, or even the whole sales process, from the point of somebody discovering you to somebody sitting in front of you and having a conversation, it is such an important part of the transformation that your clients are wanting by working with you. So let's just set this clear. Every client wants to work with you because of one thing. They want to feel empowered, right? They don't want to feel stuck. They don't want to feel stressed. They don't want to feel powerless. They want to work with you because they want to feel empowered. And you got something that they don't have yet. You have figured out how to step into that level of empowerment based on your life experiences, based on your journey so far. And when there is an opportunity created, when you can have a conversation with the client, when you can put things out on social media, they all feed into the energy of the transformation that your client ultimately wants. So think of the sales process as a precursor to your work, as a precursor to the transformation that you offer to your clients. And in this precursor, my invitation today is to not see sales as this scary thing, this process to be avoided at any cost, a process where you have to compete with others because there are limited number of clients out there, a process that holds this mindset of abundance. There are plenty of clients out there who are genuinely excited to work with you. Back in the day, sales was just about making money so that you can pay the bills, right? And in this new paradigm where I'm inviting you, sales is actually a value exchange of service that you provide for your clients. And you have a zone of genius, and you are holding something so important that your clients don't have access to. And it is really simply an exchange of money, an exchange of compensation, whatever that compensation is, between you and your clients for the service you offer them. It can also feel like sales can be can come across as aggressive, right? It's like you have to sound salesy and so aggressive so that you avoid it. But in this new way where I'm inviting you, I want to invite you to a realm where sales is an act of service. It is act of service that is guided by your client's highest good. It's not guided by your, your goals, but it's guided by their highest good. Their highest good that you can see, that they cannot just see yet, because they're not in that space of empowerment that you have unlocked based on your experiences. Sometimes it may come that the fear can come that you're not qualified enough to sell your work. And like really bringing in the divine timing in finding, signing up new clients, it's really trusting that divine timing is just so important. And the reason I am inviting you and I'm just comparing these belief systems is because this is where majority of the work is involved in creating a sales system that is rooted, really deeply rooted in deep trust. And note that word down. I'm going to be using that word 50 times today at least, right? The reason being, without trust, nothing works. And your sales process simply becomes an invitation to build the trust in these baby steps so that your client doesn't go, talking to you, or it doesn't feel blindsided. They feel like they can trust you. You feel like you can trust them, and it becomes an agreement on trust. Without trust, there can't be any agreement. There's only this manipulative push and pull that could happen. And I just want to invite you to stay away from that manipulative push and pull and relax. Relax your body, move your body, breathe fully. This is not what we're talking about. We're talking about an agreement that you get to create with your client that is just solidified in deep trust. They know you have their back. You know that they are here because they are looking for the empowerment because you have created something for them, right? And that is really the realm I want to open up in this conversation. So let's take a breath and let's see if there's anybody online. I see Tia Rogers. Hi. Thank you for this valuable information. Many blessings in all that you do. Thank you. Blessings to you right back. I appreciate you being here, spending your such valuable time with me today. I know this is Friday evening and you're here. Please know that this means the world to me. Manuela sends more energy. Yay, I love that. I love these emojis. So if you are again joining live, drop a hello so I know you're here. Rachel, hi Rachel. So glad that you're here. And I love that heart. Sending you heart right back, sister. Sending you lots of love. Also do me a favor. Hi, Stacy. I see your heart. Welcome. Do me a favor. If you are here, go ahead, comment on each other's posts. Say hi to each other. Let's just get to know people beyond these virtual screens and this disconnection of the virtual world. Let's just follow each other, friend each other. Let's grow our network. Let's connect with like-minded people, and it will come in so handy. We do co-working sessions every Friday, and I see collaborations happening on all fronts. So please connect with each other. Let's just grow together, expand together. Let's celebrate each other, and let's come together more and more so we can rise together in the world. So that being said, let's come back to sales. Sales, the way I talk about sales is basically two components. And in sales, there is one component that is an energetic component. And the energetic component is very important. And I want to speak to that first because not many people in the world really understand what does energy got to do with sales, right? So your energy is your biggest business asset. The most valuable business asset is your energy, because your business always very closely follow your energy. If you are feeling drained for any reason, if you're feeling stressed, you're feeling scattered or unclear about anything or overwhelmed, your business will start to match that super fast. It just almost happens very unconsciously and very automatically. So it's so important to talk about energy first. In energy, I call it energetic alignment. In energetic alignment, it's really important to make space in your body for your new level of growth. Because let's just face it, not everybody, came into this world knowing how to sell, right? Knowing how to create a thriving business. We came in the world um, where abundance wasn't the norm, right? We were born in families who not always were abundant, who our parents didn't always have those belief systems that were conducive to new money growth. And it's really important to really open up this expansion within yourself first. And this expansion within yourself first happens through different processes. And there are three things that really come to my mind that just are top of my mind that I'm being guided to share, because without these three things, it becomes really hard to up-level your income. And number one thing is your nervous system. Your nervous system is really that central nervous system that run along your brain and your whole spine. And in your nervous system, basically, this is your communication between your body and the brain. And when you are in survival, the nervous system gets dysregulated. It goes all over the place. It creates a lot of stress, and it makes it hard for the body to believe that you can have new level of income growth, new level of client growth. So it's super important to begin regulating your nervous system so that there's space created in the nervous system where if you talk to someone who's a potential client to you, the energy that's projected to them in that moment is not stressed energy. Because remember, what our clients want to see from us, that this person can hold space for my stuff, right? For my stuff, so I can rise up to that level of empowerment that I need to. And if, let's say, I go to a client meeting or I'm talking to someone, and if I can't hold that space for me, my body will unconsciously sabotage and not let me sign that client. And that is how energy constantly create your reality. That's pretty profound and not very well understood. So let's just take a deep breath right here. Your energy is always guiding your reality. And if you want to change your reality, simply come back to you, change the energy, shift the energy. The number two thing is your body. Automatically, your body vibrates in the frequency in the events that happened in the past. And think about all the childhood events that you have experienced. Think about the ancestral patterns that you have inherited. Think about the past. And let's just be honest, we're all humans, right? We all have past that has not been glorious, right? We all have been in situations where, we have shrunk, right? So it's so super important to really start to align the body in the frequency of self-love. Self-love is the frequency where your body thrives. She really, or he really want to be just loved by you, accepted by you. And it's so important to really come in alignment with your body in that way, so that the body does not have to process all the trauma and the pain of the past. The body can come in present moment and open up, make space for a new level of growth to happen. The third thing here on my list is your identity. I was starting to forget this. Like, oh, did I forget? Let me refer back to my notes. But it's your identity. Your identity is so important. And your identity, think about your identity. It sits in your heart. It's this very inner energetic mechanism of who are you at any given point in time. Are you someone, I experienced trauma in my life. Am I showing up as a person stuck in trauma and have no way of coming out? Am I showing up as, an inner child wound? Or am I showing myself up as an empowered woman in this moment? And that is what your identity really, creates in any moment. So the energetic alignment process is really created to harmonize these three aspects. And when you start to kind of shift these aspects, you start to open up more space within yourself so that outside of you, new growth starts to happen. The new growth will always begin happening inside of you. When it starts happening inside of you, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel this shift, this noticeable shift. I feel different. Or it feels like I feel like me. I feel like me. I feel like that empowered version of me. And I don't know if you have heard, but there's a saying that says, as above, so below. That means what happens within you is what is reflected outside of you. So if things are not working in your business for any reason, my invitation to you is to really start at that energy level. What is preventing you from really going out in the world and saying, I got something to offer to my people. I got something of value to share with my people, and I'm ready to share it. And that's one of the biggest piece in this puzzle is that alignment with energy. So let's just take a breath right here. And if you have any questions coming up around this, please type in the chat. I'm just looking at the comments, the beautiful comments dropping in here. I see Tia says, hello, everyone. Glad to be here with you all. So happy you're here with us, Tia, and spending your Friday afternoon, evening with us. I keep dropping questions as they come. I'm happy to take questions and go through them and make sure everybody feels clean and clear to move forward. And while I adjust my posture here, all right. The second part of this puzzle is strategic framework, your strategy tools, your business tools, your structures, your processes. And the reason why they are so important is because they can help you feel organized. They can help your mind not feel overwhelmed, not feel scattered. They can really let your mind feel centered in a plan, in a knowing of what you need to do to grow your business, in a process that you can follow, that is repeatable process you can follow every day, knowing how to get new clients. And when your mind has a plan to work off of, your mind becomes confident. When there's no plan and you're doing things from a place of, I don't know if this will work. I don't know if I'll just do something. It becomes harder to feel confident. And what our clients really need is our confidence. Our clients need to feel our confidence, because remember, in what they're seeking empowerment. They're feeling stuck, right? At some level. And they wanna work with people who feel confident in our ability to hold space for the client, in our ability to guide their transformation, in our ability to guide them when they deter from their path, um, hold their hand and walk them through the clarity. All the things that you do as a healer, as a coach, as a holistic professional, as a transformational guide, they need to feel your confidence, and your mind will be confident when you have a plan, a well laid out plan that you know what steps to take, you know how to go about it, and you just have it in your back pocket at all times. Drop a yes if this resonates with you, if this is making sense to you. It's sometimes the strategic framework, the business tools are just so important to make sure you feel confident, you feel comfortable, and you have a plan that you know how to act on. And while you drop that yes, I am reading Stacy's comment. I really relate with the facts about the nervous system. This is the area I am working on. I hear you. I hear you. It's Stacy, it can feel like a lot in this moment, but this is one of the biggest part about entrepreneurship that is not talked about enough. We are constantly working with uncertainty in our world, right? There's so much uncertainty about where's the, that check is coming that will pay our mortgage this month or our rent this month. Where is the new client coming from? There's a lot of uncertainty that we navigate through, and it becomes constant work to work on that nervous system, to really regulate the nervous system so that our body doesn't go in a state of survival. Because when we are in a state of survival, it can feel like we're stuck in a loop, and it can feel like hard to really come out of. So I am fully supporting the nervous system work you're doing, and I'm holding space for that in this conversation as well. Tia says a beautiful yes. I'm glad this is resonating with you, Tia. So let's talk about more about this. And there are few different components that go in defining a good sales process. And that plan holds a few things. Number one is your visibility. Your visibility in spreading your message. If you have an offer created, and if you know what is the advantage of that, what is the value, not value, what is the transformation you provide with that offer, it is so important to really put that message out there in the world in all kinds of creative ways so that your people can identify with it. If there is no message out there, it's hard for people to know what you do and how you can help them. And I have tried to find many different ways, and I have found that there's no substitute to you simply showing up and talking about what you do. There's really no substitute on that. It is the easiest way to develop trust. Remember, we're back to the train of trust. Trust is so important. And not only you putting a message out there, but you being open to showing up authentically in your humanity, in your vulnerability, in your imperfection, in just being who you are, but taking a stand for your clients that they can have this is super magnetic. And at this time, I'm assuming that you have an offer, right? I'm assuming that you have some sort of program or some sort of process that you lead your clients through. You're clear on that. I'm assuming that you're clear on who your clients are. So I'm not going on a lot of those other details. I am talking only about the sales. If you need other details, how to clarify that, we can have another conversation. But this is about the starting point here for this talk is really You have an offer, you know who it is for, you know the benefit of working with you, you have some experience doing this, so you can talk about this, and really kind of bringing that message out in the world where you get to share what you do, your mission, you get to share the value of your work, you get to share about the transformation people experience by doing the work with you, is going to be super magnetic to your people, because your people are there. Your people are absolutely out there, and they just need to hear from you. What is that you do? How do they know that they need to work with you? The the process you guide them through, the value of the transformation, and how will their life change when they begin working with you, or when they're done working with you. So that that visibility, that messaging is so important. And when I say visibility, I'm not talking about putting a long form post. I'm not going into that level of detail yet. I'm just keeping it high level. Visibility, you giving a talk. Visibility, you putting social media posts out there. Your visibility is going live in your group. Your visibility around in all different ways is so needed in this process of up leveling, because this creates trust with your audience. This signals your audience, that you are ready to work with them. This signals their mind, even on an unconscious level, even at a level that they're not even aware of, how they're being guided to or getting pulled into watching your live or reading your message. But it really magically works. And that is the magic of the universe. That is the magic of the energy you get to put out through your visibility. Through your visibility, your clients can also see your confidence, right? Clients want to be held. Your clients really want to be held. They want to feel empowered. They want to succeed. They want to do things that they probably are afraid of doing now. And you speaking in your confidence is going to help them decide, oh, I like what she said. I liked the mission of her work. I like how she presented this information. My mind just could understand, and I could trust her in this moment. And this is going to go a long way. And I also want to go as far as saying your message, putting message out every day, being visible every day, is really one of the daily business operations. It is one of the daily type things that is going to help your business the most. There's no substitute to you showing up in the world and saying, hey, I am ready to work with clients. It's the energy that you put out gives you the result back. It's the focus you put into it. It's the love that you pour into your messages is going to bring the results back to you. So I'm going to pause here and just see if there are any questions. I see, Stacy, you shared about my system is an imbalance from being a caretaker of my stepfather with dementia. I'm working to create practices to overcome, to be in position to attract. Absolutely. I hear you. It's very tough to be a caretaker. And I am actually going to connect you with one of my clients, Connie, who is also, I don't know if she's still on or not. Connie, I don't know if you're still on this chat, but I do see your comment here. But Stacy, Connie helps people who are caretakers, and maybe you both can exchange notes and see, if there's any level of support you need there. And Tia says, I love this session. How does our nervous system impact our immune system as we are working our plan and facing many rejection? Can you provide some insight on that? And how can we take our power back and not let the rejection pull us backward? So I'm going to come back to this question, Tia, so I can go deeper with this question, because there's many layers that you shared in this comment. So I'm going to come back to this. And Connie says, you get all my stars. I love you, Connie. Thank you so much for showing up and for saying hi and giving me your love and stars. All right. So what we have so far is on the business strategy end is to really amplify your visibility, really up level the visibility, getting out there, sharing your message with the world, and showing people, showing the world that you are confident, you are here to hold space for them. And that's the step number one. Step number two is you probably have heard of this term called lead magnet. Lead magnet is really what it is. It is a free gift that you can provide your people. And let's say you probably, when you join the group, I asked a question. Do you want to receive my free self-care guide for women leaders? And some of you checked yes. And what I did, I took your email address and I sent you an email. And in the email, you got a PDF guide and a guided meditation. And that is my way of giving a gift to you. And that signals me that the work that I do, you are interested in. You are interested in the work that I offer. And there's a sort of a match that what you're looking for and what I have to offer align in some way. So that is the step number two. And the step number three is step number one and two is really about warming your audience. So really kind of showing up, putting out value adding messages to your people, really helping them step into empowerment bit by bit through each post, one post at a time, one talk at a time, one live video at a time, and then giving them a free gift, something that they can use, they can feel empowered with, they can use a tool or something in their daily life so that they don't feel as stuck. And this is where the transformation have already started. I don't know if you can see that, but this is how through your messages, through your free gift, your ideal client has started transforming with you already. Right? Isn't that so genius? After that, once you're done with those steps, you're regularly doing these steps, I invite you to look at your sales page, seeing how your sales page looks. And I'm talking about a page on a website that you have that has the details of your work, your offer, your process, and creating a page that feels magnetic, that clearly defines what is the result of your program, who is this for, what does it entail, how long it is, the logistics of it, the features, the benefit of it, and a button or some call to action on the page so that they can click and they can take that next step of working with you. And it is really important to define that sales page in a way that your clients can understand and it is clear to them how they can work with you, how can they connect with you, how they can enter in your world if they're not already part of your world, and they can sit on that invitation. Like it invites them into a new possibility. It invites them into a new way of being, into a new level of empowerment. And it's really important to dial in that messaging on your sales page to really be clear on all aspects of your work. The fourth step in this strategic business tool process is really about launching your offer. Launching your offer by inviting people to an event and invite them to an event where you can talk more elaborately about what you do, why you do it, and guide them through the process. Guide them through a process of what it is like to work with you. right? If you are, let's say, if you are wanting weight loss, right? Guide, and you are a coach who offer weight loss transformative work to your clients, guide them through what does that journey look like for them. What are the steps they will be taking by working with you each week? Show them a plan. Talk to them about how your work is different than the rest of the world. Talk to them about the importance of eating right? The importance of sticking with a plan, the importance of having accountability. And put together a talk, a webinar, an event where you can really talk to your people about your work and answer all their questions. And this is really important part of your sales process so that people start to really get a feel of your work. People start to develop that deeper trust. People start to see it's not only I'll be working with this weight loss coach for 3 months. I don't know what I'm going into. People don't like to go in a black box where they don't know much about what exactly will they be doing? What will they be eating? Do they need to do groceries all over again? Can they use the same, same items and use in different recipes that are conducive to weight loss? So they just need to get a feel of your process, of your work, of what the steps you have outlined so that they can trust. They have a plan, they feel confident. They're like, oh, yeah, I know I don't feel good about my body right now. I don't feel good about my weight, but Tia has something for me. She has outlined steps for me. And all I need to do is say yes to Tia's program or Tia's transformative process. And I know in 3 months, I'll be at a certain level. And that feels good and assuring. And that means as a client, I don't need to figure this out on my own. I don't need to feel lost in this journey of trying to figure out what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, what to not eat. And sometimes I, slip, and sometimes I slip and I slip and I go in a spiral of slipping. So giving people a download of your plan helps them to be clear, feel confident, and create that trust with you and really take in that invitation from you to work with you. So people like offers. If there's any resistance anybody feels about, well, am I being too salesy if I'm asking somebody to work with me? People love offers. People love to opportunities to step into empowerment. Remember, your offers are simply invitations. Hey, step into empowerment. Hey, you can have a body you can love. Hey, this is all increasing love in the world. If you start to look in that way, this is an opportunity to serve a client, to serve someone, to step into more empowerment. And I think there's nothing more sacred than that. And when you offer a talk on your work, you can put an invitation out there for them to work with you. You can put an invitation out there for them to chat with you, to learn more. If there's any question they have, you can respond to their question. You can answer to the length, to the degree that they want to feel reassured. And that is such a valuable conversation to have. Now, some people in your world will come and would want to have a one-on-one conversation with you. And that is so amazing because you can now have an opportunity to talk to them one-on-one and help them in a very individualized, customized way. You can help support them to see a possibility for them. You can understand what they're struggling with, what level of empowerment they want. You can really show them your plan, your process, and you can share with them by them saying yes to your process, your work. They have this opportunity presented to them to step into more empowerment. And I find that one-on-one conversations are just so much more effective because sometimes in group dynamics, people are afraid to ask you questions. Sometimes they can hold back and not share what are they wanting, what are they struggling with, because again, we're all humans. There's a lot of shame we all carry in ourselves. Sometimes we get, scared to admit that we are struggling. Sometimes it's hard for us to open up in a group of strangers or people, even if we know them. Sometimes it's very hard for people to open up and really share their heart with somebody. And in a one-on-one call, they can chat with you and you can meet them in a way where you can not only hear them, you can not only connect with them, you can not only hold this space of vulnerability where they can share their heart, but you can also guide them in taking steps towards their transformation. Everything you say as a mentor, as a leader, as a coach, as a healer, it becomes part of the transformation that your potential client really gets to have in the way you ask them a question, in the way you invite them to see something beyond what they're feeling, in a way for you to really invite your client to tap into the possibility of empowerment. And this becomes a powerful, sacred conversation to have with your clients. So these are the 4-5 integral pieces on the strategy side of creating a sales process. The reason they are strategic pieces because each one has a way to do it. There's a way to really facilitate this one-on-one conversation. There's a way to hold space. There's a way to ask the right questions to your potential client. And there's a way to guide them into, I don't know if this will work for me, into the realm of, hey, this is how we can work together, right? This is how you can sign up to work with me. There's a way to answer questions. There's a way to handle objections. There's a way to guide your client through this process so that the trust is established and every part of this process becomes rooted in trust with your clients. So this is kind of what I wanted to share today. This is all, when you start to, how they say devil is in detail, everything has so much more greater detail behind it. I just wanted to share an overall process. It's really important to have this process laid out and to start thinking about how you want to structure your business. But you can take each one, and there's so much detail to put into even something like how to create a sales pitch together, how to lay out information so that it's clear, it's speaking to my people, it's sharing the right, in integrity, the benefits of my work, and, everything, social media, what to post, how much to post, where to post, what to talk about, what to touch on. There's a lot of detail that I have omitted and not gone in detail. But I want to just take this opportunity to invite you to my 8-week training. I am starting 8-week training from this upcoming Tuesday. So April 2nd, we are going to be doing this work together. I have clients in my group program called Soul Biz Leadership. And my clients are at a point where they have completed creating their signature transformative programs and they're getting ready to launch their offers in the world. And I thought I would open this, this opportunity, this 8-week opportunity to this group and see if there's anybody or few people would like to jump in and ride this wave with us. We are creating a whole massive wave of expansion here. We are all going to be holding hands and diving deeper into both parts of the work, the energetic work, which is so critical, and the strategic work. And we're going to be building this plan out end to end. As long as you have a program ready, as long as you have an offer to sell, Everything else you're going to take care of, you're going to work on in this it's a small, intimate group of people where everybody's supportive, everybody supports each other, everybody also feels supported by me and each other. So that is the invitation. We're starting this Tuesday, and every week on Tuesdays from 4 to 6 p.m., we have our strategy calls, except the first one. The first one is really an opening ceremony where we are opening up this whole new wave of expansion. And every Tuesday after that first session, we're going to be meeting and honing in on every single point I shared on this call. Every single thing, we're going to go deep into laying out a social media plan, creating our post, supporting each other with the post, really like making sure you get to speak to the right people. You get to speak in a language they understand. You get to really display and share about your work in a way that makes other people feel excited. We're going deeper into really bringing that energy back in your visibility, really have you stand in confidence and being able to speak up and share about the brilliant work you do. I truly believe your work is brilliant. I really truly believe they are such gifted healers and business owners, coaches, transformational leaders, holistic practitioners out there in the world. And I feel like just by us coming together and clearly defining a plan is going to help boost your confidence so much. We're going to draft a free gift that you can offer to your people, a lead magnet. You're going to create that with us every single Tuesday. We're going to work on that. We're going to work on that 1, 2, 3, fourth session. And the fifth session, you're going to work on creating your sales page, a sales page that speaks to your audience so that they know exactly what you offer, is this offer for them, and how they can work with you. And then you're going to give a talk where people really get to see you. People really have this opportunity to develop trust with you. And I will also guide you in how to create a discovery session conversation in a way that not only is rooted in integrity, it's rooted in trust, but it guides your clients. It almost opens up the eyes of your client and say, oh, I need to work with this person. And these are very effective frameworks that I personally use, and they are just game changer. Having these tools really help the mind feel confident. And the week 8 is going to be all about taking in all the learnings from your 8-week journey. And we're going to create a plan for your bigger launch so that you know next time when you have to sell what needs to be done differently. So this is really the invitation. Every Tuesday, we're meeting to talk about strategy from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific. But here's the bonus. Every Thursday from 2 to 3, you're going to be with me and the group, and we're working on the energetic components. And that means we're going to get your nervous system regulated. We are going to get you out of the survival, out of the stress. We are going to get you feeling good in your body. We are going to help you step into a new identity that claims the new level of income and the new level of clients you want. And I am a multidimensional healer here. Wherever you go, I know how to find you and work with you. And, my healing work is just phenomenal. It's amazing. Miracles happen all the time in my world. And I would love to hold space for you. I would love to give you this one-on-one dialogue that help you move out of whatever is keeping you stuck in this space. So that is really the game plan. There's a lot of energy building. This just powerful portal, eclipse portal, the Easter portal, the Good Friday, the renewal. We're stepping into the days of goddess, and 9 days of goddess. There's spring coming. There's a lot of energy moving in the collective right now. And some of us are feeling this call of going all out. We are feeling the call of going all out. And if you are feeling this call in your heart and you know this is your time to really go for this growth so that you can feel more empowered, you can feel more free, I want to just take a stand and say, now is the time. You're feeling it. I'm feeling it too. Now is the time. Let's cook up this powerful revolution, this powerful expansion, and get you out there, get you visible, get you making money, get you really thriving in all ways possible. And that is my highest excitement, to see you really stepping into your genius and make money. Make money so you can feel more free. Make money so you have the flexibility you want. Make money so that you can have all the comforts. Oh, and you can live a good life, and you can keep doing what you love doing the most. And it's not really also about making money. This is way bigger than us, right? This is way bigger than our comfort. This is really about seeing our clients stepping into the empowerment, serving our clients, supporting our clients, and just watching and witnessing and playing our part in helping the whole entire humanity elevate. So if this feels like a call for you, let's chat. I will give you the link, more details. And by the way, I kept the fee quite affordable. The fee is only $97 a week for 8 weeks. And there's also a pay in full, which gives you a discounted price. I've tried my best to keep everything affordable because I know some of you may be in a dry sales period right now. Maybe I don't know where everybody is, but I wanted to keep this option affordable so that more and more people can participate. And I do have a limit, a capacity of only taking 6 more people. And if you feel like this call is for you, let me know. I'll send you the link, and would love to see you and connect with you. I want to just take a moment as I wrap up, just answer Tia's question. Tia says, I love this session. How does our nervous system impact our immune system as we are working our plan? Okay. So looks like there are many parts to this question, Tia. Your nervous system affects your immune system all the time. And your nervous system is like your communication within the body. And your brain is always sending signals to the body. And the brain and the body your brain is in the body, but other organs in the body are constantly in communication through the nervous system. And if the nervous system feels weak, dysregulated, it can be, and that is a sign your nervous system your body is in survival. Your body has a hard time keeping up and feeling solid and strong, right? And that can absolutely affect your immune system and open you up energetically, and make it prone to, weakness and not feeling strong. So they're very much tied together. You asked also about facing rejection. The facing rejection is going to show up, and I'm gonna just try my best to answer this with full integrity. There is no way to bypass rejection, right? It is going to show up because remember, we want clients, right? We are leaders. We want clients. It's a relationship. In any relationship, just like with any relationship in the world, this relationship is also prone to having rejection energy come up. My hope is that when you work with me or some other person, somebody who knows how to hold space for you, you feel something and you are held in a space where if there's any rejection you feel, you release it and you move on. you are not stuck in it. There is no, this is our humanity. This is one of our fundamental feeling that sometimes get triggered in any relationship. So my best advice to you is to not fear this rejection and think about it in a different way. How can I empower myself even if I'm feeling rejection? Because when you try to close yourself off from this rejection, this is going to show up more. But when you say, okay, I know this is hard, this is tough, but I'm going to find myself support, the right container that can support me. And that is exactly why I have created the Thursday calls, so we can do the energetic work. And if there's any rejection there, it can all seamlessly clear out from the field so that you can start to feel empowered and start to see, well, if the client said no to working with me, it's not really about me. It's about the timing. It's about maybe the client needed a different level of support. And now, how do I find clients who are more aligned with me? Not the less aligned ones, but the more aligned ones who are more likely to say yes to me. And that is the process I want to lead you through, where you're not stuck in that unable to take action because of fear of rejection, but you can say, well, yes, all the shit's gonna come up, but I'm going to find support that can help me release these layers. So these fears don't stop me. I still keep going. I still keep processing and going and moving forward. And that is one of the most important skill and support system to have on the journey of entrepreneurship. Because if we don't have this, we can feel stopped very quickly and very easily. You can go in a freeze response, and that is not what I would love to see for you. I would love to see you keep going and keep finding empowerment and keep getting the support and using the tools to work through all this. And that is where your empowerment is as a leader. So let me know if this is resonating. I tried my best to answer, but if there's any more question that you have, let me know on this. I also am reading your comment. I love energy work, but I don't do it as often as I should. Grateful for you. I am grateful for you too, sister. Energy work is a really powerful body of work. And sometimes when we have a layer of energy open up or come up in our space, sometimes it can make energy work inaccessible, if that makes sense. So one of the best things you can do if you have a hard time using energy work for any reason, know it's some sort of foreign energy that is not your truth, is kind of tinkering in the space, and work with someone who can help you clear that out so you can start using your tools more. And I don't know what kind of energy work you do, but this is my world. This is my life. Talk to me. And if there are any resources, I know I can point you in a way. But the fastest way to get back into the energy work train is to work with someone who can give a hello, intuitive hello, who can explain you what you're bumping against and help clear that out so that you can start using your tools again and you can start working the energy again. That would be one of the easiest and best things to do right now. All right. I don't see any other questions, but I'm loving this conversation that we had today. I'm so grateful that you're here on a Friday evening and that I have this opportunity to talk to you in this way where, you're not left wondering why things are not working, because in this conversation, we're touching on both aspects, the energetic and strategic. And please know that to grow a business, we need all hands on the deck. We need to grow on both ends. And you'll hear many people out in the world who are so good with their strategy and they're working with best coaches, but stuff doesn't work, right? You will see so many people say, I invested 18,000 in this program and nothing happened, nothing moved. I don't know what I did wrong. And sometimes they give up. The businesses you know, or people just don't know how to even move forward. And it's so important to not only have access to the easiest, most optimized strategic business tools, but also to use the energy, making sure you're getting to really bring forward your best energies and doing this work with integrity, grounded in trust, keeping your clients' best interests in mind, and really, really giving it your very best. And if this work calls you, the 8-week training begins this Tuesday. You're not going to be told to do this and do that. I'm going to hold hands with everyone and we're going to build this together. Please know that this takes time to build, to create a sales process, a process of, starting end-to-end process where clients find you to the clients enroll. It takes time to work, and like 8 weeks, 2 months is actually a very short time to do it. But I believe in empowering you. And I truly believe that, we need both components, energetic and strategic. And I am willing to really go deep in this space, to hold space for you and to really help walk every step of the way with you so that you're not feeling overwhelmed in this process. You have clarity, you have the tools, you have energetic support, you get all your question answered. This is not, I do this in a very intimate way, and I take great pride in that. If you join my world, you're not going to be left wondering, what the heck do I do now? Like, if you ask me question, you will always have an answer. And that is my promise to you. We're going to do this together. And I'm just so excited to feel into all that is yet to come. There's a big expansion coming. And if you're feeling this call, send me a DM, comment on this post, and let me know that you are. And I'll drop the links and you can take a look at it. It's such a well-defined process. I think you're going to really love it. All right, my dear friends, I'm going to just wrap up here. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. Have an amazing weekend. It's a beautiful Easter weekend here. Have fun with your family. And I will see you around in this group sometime soon and would love to talk to you. I would love to talk to you. Take it easy. Bye.